Welcome, Simply Ladies. You've made it to the top secret collection. This is a special curation of our favorite looks, styled in multiple different ways, so no matter what your wardrobe looks like, there's going to be something you love here. Why this collection is so special is because the only way to shop it is through the link that we're going to be sending out via email. So if you're not on your email list, now is the time to sign up. We're going to drop it in the comments below so you can make sure you sign up and you don't miss access to this exclusive collection. But not only that, as a thank you for being here live, you're also going to get 20% off that collection with the code SECRET20. If you put that code in at checkout, you'll get 20% off this entire exclusive collection. And once again, be sure to be on our email list so that you get the link to shop right after this live. Once again, we dropped it in the comments so you don't miss out. And we're also going to be giving away 3 free scarves in random orders placed within the first 48 hours of launch of right now. So you can shop this collection until May 31st at 11:59 PST. Get 20% off until then, shop the collection until then, and it's exclusive because not every person is going to be able to shop this because they're not on our list. So thank you for being here with us, and I won't make you wait any longer. Let's get into it. The first look is the one I'm wearing right now. This is the popcorn waffle lined capri. We do have a lining in there, you can see right at the bottom, so they are not see-through. This is the split back fusion tunic. It does have the little peekaboo detailing in the back, and underneath I have the Gaucho tank slim, and I've just tucked this in for a versatile look. I know not every lady loves a tucked in look, so what I'm going to be showing you today is multiple ways to style the same outfit depending on your preference and even your jewelry and your accessories. So personally, this is how I would wear this shirt, just because I love showing off the yoke waistband, and I feel like it just gives me a little bit more of a waist, and I just love pairing it with a little dainty purse just like this that really complements the popcorn waffle fabric. The other really amazing thing about this top is that you can pair different colors underneath it to make this style change. I know a lot of ladies in our live have said they loved a monochromatic look, so I just popped white on white so you can see the details of the tank underneath, and then we have the block jersey details, which are just a very fun, kind of edgy design to this tunic. And then this is all the fine gossamer mesh, which is our super soft, durable mesh, which just gives a little bit of a peekaboo moment without showing too much skin. And the fun thing about this top is depending on what colors you wear beneath it, you can totally change the style of your entire outfit. If you want it to be a little bit more edgy, you could totally change up the style of the tank top underneath. Because this is a mesh, you'll see those little pops of detail. And I just find this look is so fun and so edgy. Now, I know not all of our ladies like to wear the tucked in look, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own preference. So let's show you what this would look like if we untucked it. Even with the shirt untucked, you still look very edgy and cool just because of the design of this top. With the jersey blocks mixed with the mesh peekaboo moment, you just can't not look cool in this top. This is a perfect layer just to add some coverage to your look without getting too hot in the summer months. Now let's go to the next look, very similar, just a different color. If you're not as into the full white on white look, you can choose the Cashew Fusion Split Back Tunic for a little bit of a color blocking moment. It's just as chic, and again, I do have the white Gaucho tank slim underneath, the exact same thing. The only thing I swapped was the fusion tunic in Cashew. I find, again, especially paired with a cute matching sandal, a purse, and some jewelry, you can totally dress up both these pieces even though they look a little bit edgy. The fusion with the mesh here and then the popcorn waffle fabric, you can just play with it. It's just so fun and so cool. But once again, let's show you what it looks like without it tucked in. These tops are just so easy to style because you can literally throw them on almost anything and they just look cool just because of the design of them, and you can make them look chic depending on what you style them with. I feel like a summer go-to will be one of these tops because it is such a nice light layer to add onto any of your basic pieces and just dress it up and make it a little bit more fun than just wearing a tank top and the really cute popcorn waffle wide capri. But if you want to go even more edgy, you can pair pair the black with the white, let's show you what that looks like. I've just changed into the black fusion split back tunic. I love how edgy this top looks. Because of the black, you do see a lot more of the block detailing, which makes it look a little bit more cool and a little bit more edgy. I find that when we had the white on white, it was a little bit more chic. Same with the cashew on white, very chic and subdued. But with the black, you pop, and especially depending on what color you pair underneath it, because I have the white, you really see all the details of the design. If I was to wear black, it'd be a little bit more subdued. So just depending on whatever your preference is, and especially how you style it. Again, I've kept the same accessories. I just changed the shoes. I will be showing you how to style these tops with your jeans as well. But first, I'm going to show you what this would look like untucked. I've simply untucked the top just to show you a more laid back, relaxed version of the same look. And the really cool thing about these tops, all of them, but I'm just gonna show it to you in black, is how easy they are to pair with jeans. So right after this, I'm gonna quickly swap out into a pair of my own personal jeans, just to show you how easy and versatile this top really is. Here we have it with just a pair of my own jeans. And again, I just simply tucked it in to create that cool, edgy look. I feel like I could wear this out to dinner, maybe a fancy night with the girls. It's kind of cool, edgy, a little bit elevated. It's not just a classic t-shirt, but you could pair this with so many different styles, tops underneath, depending on what the vibe you're going for is. Even untucked, you still look cool, you still look edgy. You just can't beat the design of this top, especially with the peekaboo moment. It's like showing a little bit of skin without actually showing a little bit of skin. And we have a few more very simply looks with this top, just to show you how endlessly versatile it is to style back to your wardrobe and to style to your preference. So let's go change into the next fusion split back tunic look. I've swapped into the Splice pencil pant in taupe, again paired it with the fusion split back tunic in white and the Gaucho tank slim in white. This is just a nice way to create a more tapered look, a more slimming look. If you weren't as into the wide leg capri or the jeans, you could easily do this also with your narrow pant midi. Those are one of our best sellers. A lot of ladies would already have that in their closet, but the nice detail about the Splice pencil pant is the raw edge detailing along the side. It is a little bit of a hem that pops out and really elevates the piece beyond just a basic pant, makes it stand out as a little bit more chic, a little bit more elevated, just a subtle design detail. And with the fusion split back tunic, it is so beautiful. I could wear this to brunch, I could wear this to work. Depending on how you style it, you could even pair it with a pair of sneakers if you wanted to really dress it down, and a little side bag or a little backpack if you wanted to be running around town a little bit more casual and comfortable. A nice layer to throw on in the summer months when it's a little bit hot, but you just want a little bit more coverage on your arms or just in general. You can't go wrong with the fusion split back tunic. And we do have one more look with this piece, so let's change into that. I now have the fusion split back tunic in cashew paired with the Gaucho tank slim, yet again in white, and the fusion trumpet pant. And the reason these are called the fusion trumpet pant is because of the mesh paneling at the bottom of the pant. We also have the raw edge detailing up the side in that little seam. And because it is part of the fusion collection, it was actually designed to pair with the fusion split back tunic, which is why they look so chic together. And I do want to touch on one extra thing on the fusion trumpet pant, is the wide yoke waistband. This is my favorite waistband. It's so many ladies' favorite waistband. And one thing I want to note is I do have this pulled up. My belly button is right here. I have it pulled up to just above my belly button, which I find very comfortable because you feel very secure and tucked in. It's like having a little extra support around the waist. It's almost like wearing a yoga pant, but it's so flowy and elegant. Like if you were to wear this to a wedding or any formal event, you're gonna be comfortable the whole night no matter what you're eating. You're gonna look so chic too with the drape. And I do also want to touch on the tank top underneath, because I feel like a lot of questions are gonna be coming in about the Gaucho tank slim. How is the Gaucho tank slim different from our classic Gaucho tanks? Well, for one, it's a bit of a slimmer cut, and we do not have the side slits on the side. So as you can see, it is completely shut. It does have the straight cut in the back rather than a swoop you might see on some of our go-to classic 3/4 sleeves. This top, the slim, is really good for fitted looks like this, or looks where you want a streamlined silhouette underneath. Sometimes some ladies find that having something too flowy underneath adds a little bit too much bulk. So the slim is perfect for layering under pieces like the mesh, because you still have the comfort of the coverage of the drapey mesh on top and the sleek, streamlined look underneath. But again, it's always up to personal preference. So if you already have a go-to tank, you could easily pair that underneath this as well. The go-to tank slim is part of the 20% off deal for our secret collection online on that secret link you're gonna be emailed. So once again, be sure you're signed up to our email list, because that will be sent out. The link to shop will be sent out right after this live, and we'll pop that into the comments right now. So if you haven't signed up, you can sign up right away. And we do have a few more looks, and not with the fusion split back tunic. We're gonna move on to some other pieces, so let's go. I have on the exact same fusion trumpet pant in Cashew, but this time I've paired it with the Barley tee mesh in black, paired underneath the go-to V-neck tank relax. So just to show you, the Barley tee mesh is a full mesh top, and then I have the V-neck tank relax just to show you. It's just the classic tank that a lot of you probably already own in your closet, but the mesh sleeves added underneath just make this piece look so chic. You could go to a formal dinner, maybe you have a formal networking event or a formal work event, or maybe even an after party to a wedding or anything like that. You look so chic. Pair on your favorite glitzy necklace. As I was styling this, I realized if you throw on a scarf, holy moly, let's show you. The look totally gets elevated even more. This is our Georgette scarf, and we are going to be picking 3 orders placed within the first 48 hours of right now to win a free scarf in their order. So if you place an order of any of these secret collection items, you might just find a free scarf in your order, and you could create this look or use one of the scarves you have at your house. I know a lot of ladies own scarves to totally elevate this look. I don't know what it is, but as soon as you add this scarf, how elegant. You look so chic and so elegant. It's just something about the mesh on mesh with the sleeves. You look so chic. And then if you wanted some added coverage, or maybe you get a little bit breezy, you could easily throw it over your shoulders as some extra coverage. What would you guys do? Would you wear it without the scarf? Just as is, which you totally could do. It looks so chic and so elegant. Or do you agree with me that throwing on the scarf just totally elevates the entire look? I'm obsessed with this look. Beautiful. Let's go on to the next look. You're going to be seeing a lot of the Barley mesh tees now, because they are a staple in your wardrobe. They're so easy to elevate any piece. So let's keep moving on. For this look, I have on the popcorn waffle dress in white. This is fully lined with white jersey underneath. And the key design details of this dress that make it stand out are: 1, we do have a beautiful hidden pockets on both sides that also add an element of design with that patch detailing. We have the balloon shape, which is so in right now, as well as the seam details on the bottom that create the balloon shape. And this beautiful V seam here adds an element of interest to really elevate the dress. And it's also mimicked in the back. It is not your basic dress. And it's also made with our popcorn waffle fabric, which is kind of a relative, we would call it, of our jersey, just the way it's knit. It is so chic and so elevated. And I want to show you multiple ways to style this dress. So right now, I have it sleeveless, which is just a pop on and go look. Just grab my bag, grab my sunnies, and I'm out the door. But I know there are a lot of ladies that do not like a look that is this flowy. Maybe they want a little bit more of a cinched look, or maybe they want some arm coverage. So let's show you multiple ways to style this exact dress in a way that fits your taste. Let's go. Having talked to a lot of ladies during these lives, it's about 50-50. About 50% of our ladies love a cinched waist, and about 50% love a good drape. So just to show you a cinched look, I've just added a very thin tan belt just to create a little bit more shape at my waist. I find it actually emphasizes the balloon shape at the bottom a little bit more when I do cinch it. And as soon as I put the tan belt on, maybe it's just because it is a little bit of a braided belt, I felt like I could go to a country concert with this. If I had just had a pair of country boots and maybe a cowboy hat, I feel like you could definitely go somewhere country if you have a country themed event. Or as I have it, you could go to the beach, you could go to the mall. It's just such an easy throw on and go dress that you can style to your personal preference. And I personally love it. I find that it's so breezy and lightweight. You just can't go wrong with the popcorn waffle dress. The popcorn waffle in general, it's such a cool fabric because of the waffle knit where you can dress it up or dress it down, just depending on where you're gonna wear it. This is a little bit more of a dressed down look, but I'm gonna show you a little bit more dressed up. Let's go. For a little bit more of a formal look, I've tied this chain necklace belt. It's kind of a double that I've just had in my closet forever, just to create a little bit more of a formal look with the sheen rather than a braided belt. And I swapped up the shoe to something a little bit more fun, and instantly, just with a little accessory change, I totally swapped the feel of this look. And if I was to get rid of the bag and I could add a little more formal clutch, this dress could easily go from the beach to a more formal event or maybe a formal dinner. I could add on some heels if I wanted to really make this pop and feel formal. It's just a go-to dress that literally can do anything. And part of the reason that it can do anything is, well, one, because it's popcorn waffle, and popcorn waffle is just so easy to dress up and down, but also the details of this dress, as I've said, the pockets and the pleats and the seam lines. It's an elevated dress that is just so stylish. It's so on trend, but because of all the details that really make it stand out, it's not one of those pieces that's gonna go out of style because it has that classic, funky, simply twist that makes it stand the test of time, because it's not just following one trend, it is just classically, simply, and so endlessly versatile. And I wanna show you one other way to wear this dress with sleeves and to make it even more formal. Let's go. And back to an uncinched look for all the ladies that prefer the very flattering flowy drape of this dress. I've now paired it with the Barley tee mesh in Cashew that we saw earlier. You're gonna see a lot more ways to style these. It's a nice way to add some arm coverage to this dress if you aren't as into the open sleeveless look. I've just thrown on a long necklace, which I find really complements the flowy drape of this dress, and a high platform sandal. You could easily wear a heel with this as well. Can you see why we added this to the secret collection? Because it's just such an easy piece to dress to your personal style. We feel like a lot of ladies will love having this in their wardrobe and styling it to their own preference. I am obsessed with this dress. And another little key piece of information, when we designed this dress, it was actually based off an old jersey design that the designer decided to put in the popcorn waffle knit. And then through our samplings, we decided to add the lining to the white to make it not see-through, which is a really nice touch so that you don't have to worry about what you have underneath. It's not going to show through because it is fully lined with that white jersey that is oh so soft and sleek against your skin. And paired with some sleeves, we elevated this piece once again, the mesh to the rescue. If you want some sleeves, it'll elevate the piece and make it so elegant and chic and just instantly extra stylish. Once again, I'm gonna take a quick second to remind you that the code at checkout you're gonna wanna use is SECRET20 to get 20% off this secret collection. And the only way to get access to the secret collection is to be signed up to our email list. We'll drop it in the comments once again right now so you can sign up so that you can shop through the link and get 20% off every piece that you see here today. And if you're not as into the popcorn waffle dress, don't worry, we got you covered. We have another dress added to the secret collection that I'm gonna show you right now. This is the Breeze Easy Flare Dress. It is made of our luscious cotton gauze, which is quality and durability tested so that it lasts. It's not your basic cotton gauze. Our team puts so much time into perfecting the make of this cotton gauze. This dress is so beautiful with its side paneling detail as well as side pockets on both sides. And I've decided to dress up this dress with, once again, the Barley tee mesh and Cashew underneath just for that extra arm coverage for the ladies that want it. The nice thing about having a mesh sleeve is that, especially in the summer months, it's not as hot as having a full sleeve, but you could easily also just throw a layer on top if you didn't want to have a full mesh sleeve underneath. Then I paired on a sparkly necklace and some platform shoes to dress up this look. The beautiful thing about this Breeze Easy Flare dress is you could totally wear it on its own without any jewelry, without the mesh. It works so beautifully. I kind of find it feels very earthy, very garden. It's a throw on and go dress that you could easily pop on without any additional layer. So you could lounge in your backyard, you could run around town, not even have to think about it when you pop it on. You know you're gonna look good. But I'll show you one other way to have this elevated but not as formal, just with accessories. Let me show you. If you're more of an earthy lady, this is the look for you. I just swapped out the shoes to a more ballet flat, as well as adding a very simple side bag and a cute hat. And again, it's the exact same look, just made to feel a little bit more everyday, a little bit more casual, a little bit flower child. This dress, I find it does give me flower child energy, but even when you pair it with the mesh, which is a little bit more elevated, you have like an elevated version of that feeling. And then if you want to be just very classic and simple, just throw on the dress. This is such an easy dress to style to your wardrobe and your taste. And especially in the stone blue, it's just such a flattering color. And we're so excited that it can be a part of this secret collection that you guys can get 20% off on. Now let's move on to the next look, which is a piece you've seen before, but styled a little bit differently. For this look, I have on the Flounce Muscle top with a drop hem and the Flounce A-Line Midi Skirt. You've seen this exact look in Lapis last season, but now we have it in black as well as stone blue, and both of those colors are a part of this secret collection where you can get 20% off of them. The key details of this shirt is that it is an asymmetrical hem with a raw edge detailing, as well as those beautiful splice details down the side with a raw edge seam and a beautiful frilly cut on the side. We also have the sleeveless cap sleeves with a raw edge detail and raw edge detailing around the high neck. I find that the high neck design and the sleeves, as well as the asymmetrical hem, make this look very elevated and very chic. And with the A-Line Midi Skirt, we also have that raw edge detailing down the front in a very pretty seam, as well as the drop hem detail in the back of the skirt where it just drops down a little bit longer. And we also have the raw edge detailing along the side as well. So the two pieces were designed to be paired together, and I've just made it a simple look, just threw them on with a pair of black sandals and a cute hat. That's all you need. But I know there are a lot of ladies that aren't as fond of, again, going sleeveless, but also with the cap sleeves. I know that can be a difficult one for some ladies. So I want to show you a few ways that you could wear this look, just changing it up a little bit. Let me show you. For an option for the ladies that do want a little bit more arm coverage or aren't as fond as the cap sleeves, you can easily pair, again, the Barley tee mesh in black underneath, and I find this just makes the look so chic yet again. I keep saying it about the Barley tee mesh because it just does it again. I just added a bangle just to accentuate the sleeves. Basically the same look, but totally changed because it's no longer sleeveless. Personal preference, whether you like it sleeveless or not. I find with the mesh, you still get a little bit of that peekaboo of skin, so you do get that double tone to really keep the piece light because you do see your skin underneath. And the whole look is just so chic. I could easily pair it with a little heel as well if I wanted to make it even more dressed up. I just paired it with my platform sandals. And I want to show you another way to style this look, but in stone blue. Let's go. If you're one of our ladies that love color, then maybe stone blue is more your vibe. You can also see a little bit more of the details in this, so I'll show you once again. You do see that asymmetrical hem and that fun flirty detailing on the sides, and it is on both sides, as well as the raw edge detailing along the cut here. You can also see the same raw edge detailing on a seam coming down from the neck, as well as the neckline and the sleeves. And once again, the skirt where we have the seam down the front, the raw edge seam down the side, and the drop hem. This is just Even on its own, paired with a pair of heels, it is so chic and elegant because of all the very carefully designed details. And I will say that the asymmetrical hem gives a lady such beautiful feminine curves. But when we were styling this, we decided to throw on a scarf. The magic of a scarf is, well, one, most ladies have at least one scarf in their wardrobe, but you can totally change up the energy. Just watch this. So this is the animal fog scarf. Just pop that on and instantly I made the look a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more fun, just because of the pop of the print. And the beauty of a scarf is that it can double as an arm cover if you are a lady that feels like she wants a little bit more coverage on her arms. A scarf will do just that, keeping you warm, keeping you covered, and keeping you looking just as stylish as ever. Paired with a pair of heels, you can't go wrong wearing this for a wedding. You could wear this to any formal event or maybe a formal dinner, maybe an engagement party you're invited to. You could take this anywhere that you need to be dressed up, and I personally feel like with a scarf it just looks so pretty and fun, and I want to show you one other way to style this exact look with arm coverage. Let's go. So I put back on the Barley tee mesh in Cashew just to show you. You could totally do the black. I just find the black was a bit more of a contrast, whereas the Cashew on the stone blue is elegant. It still is very light, and I feel like you could still wear this to any formal event, maybe even a wedding, or as I said before, maybe you're going to an engagement party. I just popped on a nice sparkly necklace to highlight the elegance and the drape of this top with a pair of platform sandals, but you could easily wear a heel with this or whatever style you have in your wardrobe. It's so easy to mix and match to your taste. This was just another option to show you how you could wear this with sleeves. We're now on to a little bit more of a laid back look. I have on the trim boxy top in black, along with the Breeze wide capri in white. I've just done a little tuck into the waistband of this pant just because I like how that hangs on me a little bit better, but I'll show you what it looks like untucked as well. The beauty of this top is we do have the raw edge detailing as well as a high-low hem right in the front, just to add a little element of interest, and some boxy seam line details on the shirt, which you'll see a little bit better in the Cashew, that make this top more than just a basic boxy top. And because this is made of our stretchy jersey fabric, you can easily pull this off your shoulder for an off the shoulder moment. So this is the Breeze wide leg capri. It does have pocket, ladies, and we do have the wide elastic waistband as well, which makes it so comfortable and very much a go-to when you're traveling and trying all the delicious food. I've just paired this with a sandal. You could pair it with a flip-flop if you want to go beachy, or you can make it a little bit more elevated depending on what jewelry you pair it with. I was kind of thinking more of a beachy cruise type look for this, but I'll show you one other way to style this if you're not as into the wide leg pant. We can make it a little bit more tapered. And for those ladies that like a slimmer fit, you can easily add on the taupe Splice pencil pant or a narrow pant midi if that's what you already have in your closet, to pair it with this trim boxy top, just to make it more tapered, a little bit more streamlined and sleek. Either way, it works both ways, just depending on what your personal taste is. But I want to show you one other way to wear the trim boxy top. Let's go. I now have on the trim boxy top in Cashew with the navy Pallazo Gauncho pant. I'm actually kind of obsessed with this look. I've just added my sunglasses because I pictured myself going about town and shopping in this look, as well as a beautiful sun hat and my sandals. What I love about these two pieces together is the shape. So I've tucked it in because that's my personal preference, but I'll show you what it looks like if we were to not tuck it in. The Pallazo Gauncho pant works so well if you do want to do a tuck, because we do have the wide yoke waistband. We also have pockets, which is so key. And the beautiful thing about a Gaucho pant is it kind of looks like a skirt. It's a skirt, but it's actually pants, as you can see, which make it look so fun and feminine, yet so comfortable. And when we have the trim boxy top tucked in, I feel like it just really complements, especially with the two colors, accentuating your waist and giving you some really nice curves. And I will show you what this looks like untucked, so I'll style it a little bit differently for all the ladies that would prefer an untucked look. This is the exact same look, just untucked. I still have the Pallazo Gauncho in navy and the trim boxy top in Cashew. This time I have not tucked it into the pants, I'm just letting it drape. I swapped out my platform for a sandal and added a nice necklace. Even if you leave it untucked, you still look very chic and elegant. It's just a different vibe, which is the beauty of Simply. You can totally make it your own and change up the style just by adding your accessories and your own personal flair. And really, there's no such thing as doing anything wrong. It's just doing what feels right to you and what feels comfortable to you. And both of these styles look so beautiful no matter which way you like to wear it. But I'm curious, did you prefer the tucked in look or do you like the flowy, drapey look? Awesome. Let's move on to the next look. This time I swapped out the trim boxy top for the Splice double cuff top. I have on the same Pallazo Gauncho pant and I've just cinched it with my own belt to create a little bit more of a waist in the tuck. And I felt like this really changed up the vibe of the entire look, especially with the beautiful sleeves on this double cuff top. It's double cuff because we do have that elegant splice detailing of the raw hem, and it is 2 cuffs right here, as well as some raw edge detailing down the front of this top in this seam and around the neckline. I find that the subtle bell sleeve really complements the wide leg Gaucho pant, and cinched with a belt, I feel like I could wear this to work or again somewhere formal and polished where I want to look very clean and put together. This would be the look that I would go to for that. But as I said, I know some ladies are not as fond of the cinched waist look, so I'm going to show you one other way to style this without cinching the waist. Let's go. For any of the ladies that like an untucked look, this is it. The same exact outfit for you. I just changed the shoes, added a bangle, and changed my necklace, and it is just as chic, just as work ready, just as formal and put together, just a different vibe depending on what your personal tastes are, but both are equally beautiful. And once again, I'm curious though, do you prefer the cinched look with the belt, or are you more of a flowy look kind of a person? Or maybe you have a friend that would wear one and you would wear the other. Feel free to tag them and share this with them. I always find it funny how different ladies prefer different things. Even when we have our lives and we invite ladies in, we'll style it one way thinking that the lady would love a drapey look, and she'll be like, I prefer this with a belt. So it's always up to personal taste, but either way, it looks so beautiful, and I'm just curious, which one is your preference? Now we have a few more looks with the same Pallazo Gauncho pant, but a different top, so let's keep going. This is the second last look with the Pallazo Gauncho pant. This time I just paired the Go-To Tank Slim with the Honeycomb Great Cardigan in navy. Everything you see here is a part of the secret collection, which will be emailed to you right after this, so make sure you're signed up for our email list. I'll say it one more time. We're gonna drop it in the comments, so sign up now because the live is almost coming to a finish, and if you're not on the list, you won't get the exclusive link to shop this collection. And when you shop the collection, be sure to use the code SECRET20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire order of this secret collection. And just to go back to the beginning, we did pair this with the Go-To Tank Slim. I just have a little side tuck, again with the beautiful Pallazo Gauncho pant, and then I paired on the Honeycomb Great Cardigan, just a very simple layer, but paired with a beautiful necklace and some nice heels. It does look very elevated, but it does have the potential to look very laid back as well if you just swapped out the shoes and the jewelry. The beautiful thing about the honeycomb is that you can dress it up or dress it down. In our last live, we did show a few looks with this as well. It's just so versatile. Every piece that we're showing today can be styled multiple ways to fit your personal preference. And again, this can also be untucked if you're not so much into the tucked look. It is a little bit more relaxed when you leave it hanging out, but both ways looks beautiful. Again, up to personal preference. There's no such thing as doing it wrong. It's just doing what feels right to you. And let's go on to the very last look with the Pallazo Gauncho, and then we'll move on to a brand new look. The last look with our Pallazo Gauncho pants, I've paired the white Breeze Easy Top, and I've just tucked it in. Again, I feel like I could wear this to work. It's very polished and put together, especially because this is a button up. And then I've accented the marble buttons with my shoes, so the piece looks so polished and put together. I am all personally about a tuck, especially with these wide yoke waistband style pants. I feel like it is just so flattering. But we can easily untuck this and wear it just drapey and flowy and a little bit more relaxed. Again, whatever your style preferences, both work. So let me show you what it looks like untucked. And just draping freely, I've just swapped out some sandals to complement that easy, breezy look. I still feel very polished and put together and very on trend and stylish with this look. A wide leg pant is so in, especially a cotton gauze top. And the beauty of our cotton gauze, again, is the quality and the durability, but all the little design details like our marble buttons and our pleated sleeve, which I have just rolled up, and our marble buttons at the front, as well as the scoop back to give you that extra coverage and that back pleat in the back, just to add a little bit more polish and detail and structure to this piece. It is so beautiful and works so well with this pant. We are almost at the end, so let's move on to the final two looks of this live. For this look, I've kept on my Breeze Easy shirt, and I've just layered it over top my Go-To Tank Slim and added my narrow Lantern Pant in the color Sepia. Again, all of these are part of the Secret collection. I feel that this look is very laid back and easy. The layer is so light because it is the cotton gauze. And when we were styling this, you've probably seen that we've carried a lot of the same items through each style, just to show you that when you get one piece, there are so many different ways to style it. I feel like that's the beauty of having a wardrobe that works for you, is that you get one piece and you can get multiple outfits out of it based off of what's already in your closet. I know a lot of ladies already own a narrow lantern pant. You could easily pair this with any colored narrow lantern pant. The sepia specifically is a very, very, very hot color. You'll see it everywhere right now. It is such a beautiful, it's almost like an olivey brown type color that is very flattering to most skin tones, and I find especially paired with the marble buttons of the Breeze Easy top, it is just so complimentary and so laid back. But I want to show you another way to wear this if you are more into a less breezy and relaxed look, and maybe you want to try tying this. So let's show you what that looks like. Now, we know that some of our ladies love a little bit of edge, so all I've done for this look is I kept the exact same outfit. I buttoned up the top 3 buttons, and then I just did a nice little tie to the bottom, and I feel like this makes the look a little bit more edgy, maybe a little bit more beachy. I could have a little sunbag and be walking along the beach, or maybe if there's shops along the beach, or getting off the cruise ship and going on a little stroll in a really humid climate. This would be perfect for that because the top is so lightweight and the pants are made of their jersey, so it's very breathable and flowy. Just another fun way to style the same outfit, just made a little bit more edgy, because every lady has different tastes and we want to make sure that you see yourself reflected in these clothes as well. So I'm curious yet again, do you prefer the look when we had it open and flowing, or do you like the tied look? Or maybe this is a little bit too edgy for your taste, or maybe it's just the perfect amount of edge. We're curious because your feedback does help us style future lives, because we always keep you in mind. And it's also how we styled this live and how we selected the clothes for the Secret collection. We went through all our past lives and all the comments to see what you guys like and what you guys don't like. And we saw so many different answers and different style preferences that we wanted to showcase something that would work for everybody. And we do have a one more look with the Breeze Easy top, something paired with jeans. For this last look, I've just paired the Breeze Easy top with my own pair of jeans. You could wear any pair of jeans that you love, just tuck in the top. This is a very modern and easy way to wear this cotton gauze top. I feel like it feels so fresh and so clean. It's like super easy, but you look like you know exactly what you're doing. You look so stylish, and you can even wear it untucked. So if you're not so much into the tuck, you can easily untuck it and just have it free flowing. It kind of feels a little bit arty that way, a little bit like you're an artist. And you can also unbutton it and have the Go-To Tank Slim underneath, just as an extra layer over top of your tank. And once again, before we finish up, I want to remind you to get on our email list, because that will be the only way to shop all the pieces that you saw today at the discounted 20% off rate. So we're gonna drop it into the comments one more time, and this is the link you need to go to sign up if you're not already getting our emails. If you are getting our emails, as soon as this live is over, you're gonna get a live replay email. That includes the link. It'll say, explore the secret collection, and when you click that, you instantly get access. And when you go to checkout, make sure you use the code SECRET20 to get 20% off your order of all of these secret collection items. We hope you guys loved this live. We hope you loved the fun little secret collection. It's a little bit of a different spin. And just a reminder, we are going to be selecting 3 random orders placed within the first 48 hours right now to win a free scarf in their order. So as you saw, I did throw on a few accessories and a few scarves today throughout the live event to show you how we can elevate a look with a scarf. And you might just win one of those scarves in your order for a free, which is always so nice. And I can't say thank you enough for using the code SECRET20 at checkout so that we know that you came from this live, because only the people watching here live get the code. That code is not going to be in the email. It's only here. So once again, it is SECRET20 at checkout, and you just got yourself 20% off your order. Have a great day, ladies, and happy shopping. Bye.